Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018. It's the career mode. It's episode number 29. And it is the opening of the transfer market. So it's August 1st. It's the big day. On the previous day, the end of July, we re-signed with Nike. We're going to have a $12,000 boost to our monthly income for next season. So we're going from $54,000 per month to $66,000 per month. So today is that big day. I'm going to be spending a bunch of time getting the team sorted out for next season. So let's go ahead, and you can see we've already signed budget $66,000 per month. So there you go. Big increase. That's plus 12. All right. But there's more math to do than just that. Let's take a look at the team as it stands and what's going on with our budget there. So contract-wise. All right, we have no contract for Vilvol right now. There's another 3,000. Wachtendorf, Harris, Easter, and Brown are all out. So that's actually another 13,000. So we actually have 25K changing in budget from where we stand right now with those riders out. Now, I might re-sign Vilvol if he's not looking for a big pay boost. If he's looking for like exactly the same pay, we might re-sign him. Wachtendorf, essentially same thing. And then going back to the sponsor, to Nike, we have their needs, their wants for the squad and for registered riders as well. Sponsor needs to have their name seen, like to register popular riders in races. Well, that I can only help to an extent. I can get the best riders that I can get my hands on, but I can only do so much with that. But with the squad itself, not necessarily the popularity, not necessarily the high-end, expensive levels of the team, but as a small team, I do what I can. Now, if I can max out squad here and then max out results, we should be able to maintain a high sponsor confidence level going forward. So here's what they need. They need an overall popular rider. Well, Wachtendorf has actually gained popularity and moved up quite a bit. I actually wasn't even aware of that. Let's come back to that in a second. Let's see. So Wachtendorf might have just earned himself that renewal. He's known at district level. He was relatively unknown before. This has got to be because of that 5th place that he had. Wow, he's very annoyed. Quantity, prestige. Okay, prestige of races. This is going to go up next year as we move up to Pro Continental, or at least I presume we will move him up. And there you go. 4th in the National Road Championships for the USA. So his result there, his sprint finish that got him 4th, was absolutely massive. You can see beyond that, he's had 4th in overall standings and a podium place on stages 1 and 2 in this one event. Beyond that, he has not had the results this year. Last season, he was our results guy when we really, really, really struggled as a small team. Team's gotten a lot bigger. We've gone from nothing but 66s to guys in low 70s. So it's a much better team than it was. Evolution, there's some, and he's actually better as a sprinter and average than what he was. He's moved up twice now. So apparently Wachtendorf started as a 65? No. He was a 66. He's just clawing his way up closer, almost to 68 now, it would appear. kind of one more level up somewhere, something will put him over that hump to be a 68. That's still very low for this team. That's kind of that big thing, and his potential acceptable to very good, meaning he's not going to get great pretty much ever. But his sprint is up to a 69, his acceleration's up to a 69, so he's clawing his way up there a little bit by bit. But anyway, we're probably going to renew, but let me come back to that in a second. So sponsors, Nike and Squad. So that's helping a little bit. This evaluation was quite low just recently. Now, Belgium, here's the top end. I don't know if you could see that from your screen, but this is the top end of the evaluation chart. So, like US, we've got that one maxed out. Belgium and the Netherlands, I have 2 riders from each. It's not maxed out. So if I got to 3, it looks like it would. So if I could get one more Dutch, one more Belgian rider, that would go a long ways. Now I've got to be careful on how many US riders I lose, because the guys that I have right now on the edge. The other one here is Image in the US. So again, Wachtendorf is actually helping me with that. So Wachtendorf is helping me in 3 ways here, even though he's only a 67. That's enough. I'm gonna go ahead and try to re-sign Wachtendorf as long as he's not looking for a crazy jump in price. But going back to this, so the US riders, right? I have 6 right now, which is great, but they are the 6 weakest on the team because they are the leftovers from last year's team. We let quite a few go, and we replaced them with a much better group. Gouillard was down here in the middle of this, and Gouillard, his potential is so high that he shot up past these guys. Most of them do not have much potential. Only 2 of them have a contract for next season, which means I'm down to 2 U.S. riders next year. I've got Garrison and Simpson coming back. If I get Wachtendorf, I at least have 3, and 3's probably enough. So again, another reason to re-sign Wachtendorf. Now, Vilvol is the only other guy without a contract right now, and Vilvol is clearly one of the better riders. He is a sprinter, which is our strength, but Vilvol is German, not Belgian, or Dutch for that matter. So Vilvol doesn't necessarily matter, and he is a rider with pretty low potential, meaning he's not really going to get any better than he is now. But he's decent. He's a good lead-out guy. He's not necessarily a top sprinter, but he's a good lead-out guy. So as long as he doesn't want any more money, we'll probably re-sign him. But it looks like right now we're going to start with Wachtendorf. Let's see. He's at $2,500 a month right now. He's only improved by the tiniest margin. He's gone from a 66 to a 67. No stats are above 70. Again, just moderate potential. Will he re-sign for $2,500? Yes, he will. Okay. Yes, he will. It's an ideal team for him. It looks like he will take $2,500. 2 years is fine, and he's actually willing to accept a teammate role. Or so it would appear. Let's go ahead and give him that offer. Not quite. Not quite. Okay, but he still has some patience. Do I go for 3 years and keep him on the team for a while where he's going to serve as a teammate for a long time coming? This doesn't change our team index at all, by the way, for next season. Right now we are posted at number 36. I'm going to have to go back and check the team index to see where I need to get. But it's so early. It's August 1st. It's the first day of signing. I'm not going to know for weeks kind of really where we're at on that matter. But I'm definitely going to need to see that number go up But Wachtendorf, if we're this close, I'm wondering if I should go up on money and not years, because I don't want him signed for a long time. I'm probably going to be moving on beyond this guy in a little while. He's got okay potential, though. So maybe 3 years is the way. I mean, he's got to play the role of teammate, period. Spotlight the role. Oh, it's the role that he's worried about. So that's where he wasn't happy. How about what are our options? Luxury teammate? Will he take kindly to an upgrade there? I could make him an important writer. I mean, he is important to our image in the US, right? Let's try that. He is important, in a way. The interest, the salary, the length are all good. I forgot to check this. So what happens when last season was the first time that I'd seen this new format on contract signing. And now this season I'm seeing it again. But it's been a little while since we filmed that. These preferences, very important. And you've got to get to 100% to get them to sign. I did learn that the hard way last time. Okay, there you go. He took it. So we have a deal in place for Wachtendorf. That leaves us 4 spots and 22.5K. That also gives us our 3rd American. Keep us in check there. So, hard work done on that part. Vilvol, I'm not ready to look at yet. Guaranteed Harris, Easter, and Brown are gone. I do not want to re-sign any of them. Take a look. Very low potential. Very low potential. And Brown, only slightly better. But outside of Hills, as a puncher, he's got nothing else to really support the team. So even though Brown was our worst rider, I think Brown was a 64, and now he's a 66, and again, his Hills have hit 70. So Brown is improving, and he's just 22 years of age. No. Why would I keep him? He's never going to be more than about a 70. I don't need to retain that. So it's possible I need one more American. I'd like to have 4 Americans and then 3 Belgian and 3 Dutch, just to make sure we keep the sponsors happy. Because dropping from 6 to 3 could have a negative effect. I don't know if they want more Americans than they want of the other 2, as our sponsor is primarily it's Nike. It's local to me. In fact, one of my closest friends works at the Nike headquarters. In fact, a couple friends work at the Nike headquarters. So, and I went to the also known as, aka Nike University of Oregon. Nike founder Phil Knight, he attended U of O. It was there with Bill Bowerman. Anyway, I think I've told that story before earlier in this series, so no need to get into that now. We have more signing to do, don't we? We need to... Oh, come on, where is this? Youth development, scouting, yes, thank you. Potential, okay. From here, I had a couple targets in mind. Now, this 5 to 8, this very good to grand champion, this is where Gouillard came from. He came out of this bunch. So we've got some really, really good potential in these guys. But for most of them, it's quick evaluation, meaning it might not actually be as good as we think. And there is a better number that can come beyond this. So we've got to look at where these guys are from, as well as how good they are now, as well as how good their potential is. Piece that all together. Now, this guy is a Belgian rider. He is a 73, a stage racer, which I mentioned, I believe, last episode, that I really want to start branching out beyond just being a sprint team. High potential, already pretty good, but he's wearing a Lotto Soudal jersey, so I don't know what the deal is for Evenepoel. Let's see. Next season, he's already signed? No! Oh my goodness, I had no idea that he was already signed for Lotto Soudal. They must have put him on their junior team. Damn it. That is actually devastating because I was looking at this guy as the main signing for the year. I didn't know he was already signed up with Lotto Soudal. When did this happen? That is so sad. Okay. Well, moving on then, because that would have been the premier signing, without a doubt. Already quality, massive potential, and from one of our 3 target nations. Now here's another one, and oh my goodness. So we had a chance to sign him last year, didn't because we could not afford him. He is a 74, and he's going to Euskadi. So, crap. This sucks. Look at that quality already. Not the nation we need, but what the team needs. So things are looking a little bleak when I was so optimistic. Dutch rider, but only a 62. He might have huge potential, but as a Barador, what's he going to do? I don't need him that bad. And that's it for the highest potential guys. Okay, here's a 70. Potential's a little bit lower. Could hit world class though, potentially. But a Spanish rider. And a 70 and a Barador. Not necessarily. Already signed? Not signed, okay. Boy, so many of these guys already have contracts that I didn't see. Here's another one. A 70. High potential, already signed. Let's make sure that is the case, yes. Heidsamat. Oh, yeah. Climber. A 68 now with good potential. It's a possible. Let's take a look at this guy here. What do we have? He's got no contract. That's a big thing. Good resistance in Barador already. And good in the mountains, meaning this guy could climb pretty much better than anyone on my team right now. Good downhill, decent acceleration. I mean, this is a climber. And with good potential, he could certainly develop. To be honest with you, I don't know that flag. I'm sure somebody out there does, or someone will look it up. If I sign him, I'll certainly look it up and figure out where he's from. Evolution. Ooh, look at that growth just in a little over, 1.5 years. Average, it's the purple, so that's a 68 now. He was a 63, 62 and a half-ish when the game started a year and a half ago. That's pretty steady improvement, which would mean he would be above a 70 before the end of the season next year, like Gouillard now, at the rate he is going. I'm going to shortlist him for now. Okay, another Dutch rider, but already signed, and not good anyway. This is the end of the 4 to 7s without anyone there. Now, moving beyond that, here is Sepp Kuss. I was looking at guys who had contracts expiring. So I did take a look. Now, he's a 74 already. He's got good potential. It says Lotto El Jumbo, but I believe that's the team he's on right now. Yeah, no contract. High salary, though. I mean, we're talking ouch salary for me. But mountain, hills, downhill, Barradour, resistance, recovery. This is a team leader right here. Okay-ish time trial. Made for Pro Continental. Sepp Kuss is somebody who could absolutely get the job done for us and guarantee, as a 74 with regional reputation and an American to boot, guarantee some sponsor satisfaction, boosting up the team profile, boosting up the American profile, and could definitely get after some wins. So I'm gonna put him on my short list. I'm not jumping in to sign anyone just yet, but we're starting to branch out a little bit, and potential's not the most amazing, but he's already on his way and still very young. Okay, nothing there. This is the guy we did in close monitoring this year. His potential ended up not being anywhere near what we thought it would be. He is, well, development potential does say exceptional, and it is as a climber. He's a 71 already. Let's put him on the short list. We'll take a look. He hasn't signed with anyone. Here is Joe Dombrowski. I haven't gotten an evaluation back. He's a 72 right now. Does not have a contract for next season at the moment. 28. Still has, some potential there. 74 on the mountains and hills. And a good fighter. And this is just a rider I like. I think the first year that I had Pro Cycling Manager, I ended up second season getting Joe Dombrowski, and he was one of my key guys for a long time. So it's just a name that kind of grew on me. And then a few years back, I'm watching Tour of Colorado, and all of a sudden, hey, there's Joe Dombrowski. I know that guy. He's on my team. And yeah, kind of went from there. So just a little fan love for Dombrowski. And I've monitored him close the last few years. And not a top competitor or anything, but great guy. Definitely shortlist, again with the American, and again on the more affordable side. Definitely more affordable than Sepp Kuss. Okay, we've got a Turkish rider, a 69 Barradour, not great potential, so no. There's another one. So many of these guys are already signed. It's amazing. Dutch rider, but not good enough. Okay, already. Here's a 74 with okay potential. Sprinter. Is he signed for next year or no? He is. Okay. A lot of these guys were on youth teams. Yilson Paulus. Okay, here's another one to get after. Current 74, regional reputation, stage racer, very young at 22. Potential we're still not certain of. I don't think I got much of a quick evaluation here. But unlike Sepkus, he's half the price. Potential might not be as high, but we're absolutely going to shortlist him. Time trial is much better than Kus. Just missing a few things here. But I think Nielsen Palace might be an even better grab, especially if he's asking. I mean, current contract is one thing. I know that, but they're both Lotto and El Jumbo guys, by the way. But that current contract is definitely a thing. So now we're getting into lower potential, very much lower. So this is going to take somebody who's really good, and I'm not really finding what I wanted in a lot of places. Kind of just looking at average right now and seeing if there's somebody who, especially when I haven't seen any Dutch riders yet. Here's Brendan Rim, somebody that I did a little scouting on, and he's pretty low potential, expiring BMC contract. Okay, here's Eisenhart. Eisenhart stage races, but pretty low potential there too. So coming back just in the 2 to 4 range. If I can't sign the other guys, this might be a go-to. Good in the mountains, not good in the hills, but good time trialist. So a little bit weaker, even though his average is just below these guys. We'll put him on the short list. Taylor Ward was on the team last year, still a 66. Gibbons, still a 66, also from last year's team. Here is Edward Anderson, a 67, low potential though, so I won't add him. Granigan from last year, still a 64. Hansen's a 7, low potential though. Ooh, Dutch rider. It's low potential. Okay, I got you. I've got you there. Low potential here for Zilliard. But just 20 years of age, Northern Classics. What is your strength? Cobbles, of course, flat, prologues, good stamina, fighter, terrible in the mountains. This is very much a teammate, 99% of the season. Would absolutely sign on the cheap though. Let's put him on the short list just because I literally have no Dutch options right now, and at least he's a 70 right now. Here's Wraith from last year. He's a 67. Okay, so here's a couple more guys that I did put in quick evaluation, but I haven't gotten anything back on yet. So Logan Owen, who actually was a sprinter, but now is more of a puncher. A couple years ago in game anyway, he was a sprinter. See why? High acceleration there. But his sprint is just a 68. Decent average, but I still don't know where he is. Expiring contract. And here's a random unknown. And I don't have anything on him yet. Which is sad because at a 70 and an unknown and a climber, I could certainly use that addition to the team. It would have been nice to have some potential on him to know where to go. So let's go ahead and put both of these guys on the short list for now, as I am lacking. So that means I've got a short list established. Let's move on to there. Now there's some other guys that are on the short list that have also disappeared a bit. Okay, you have a contract for next season, so we're going to remove. You have a contract, so remove. And these guys are with me. This is my short list from last year, so let me get these guys off of here. clean this list up a bit, huh? And Gouillard was our amazing grab from last year. On the cheap as well. And let's kind of bounce in and out for a second. Update it. There we go. Okay, so Dombrowski is actually making quite a bit of money. Oh, I missed one. There we go. Here's my short list. I really have just 4 spots remaining. Half this list are Americans. I don't have any Belgian riders either. I'm going to need to run a search on Belgian and or Dutch riders and try to populate this list a little bit more. Okay, so we'll take it off US. I did that search already. We'll go Netherlands, free, okay, search. De Boulan has no contract right now. Yeah, we're not going to get him signed. We're not going to sign Groenewegen either. Now this guy looks top class. Can't afford him. Remember, we have 22,000 available, so we're not getting Kelderman. We really can't afford these guys. But here is a 19-year-old stage race, already at 75, who was on the cheap. That doesn't mean he will be on the cheap. Let's see. Wow, 78 in the mountains. For me, that is amazing. I wouldn't have a lot of support for him, though. Definitely shortlist. Okay, we'll come back to that shortlist in a little bit. It's a lot easier to evaluate guys from there. Okay, so Van Schip. No, I don't really want guys that are classics stars. That's not going to help the team a whole lot. And guys that are already well into their 30s are A, they're going to demand higher pay, and B, they're not going to develop. Sprinter, 74. Good sprinting ability already. Probably going to want quite a bit of money, though. Lars Boom. Okay, here's a young one. 72. Good time trialist. But more of a classics guy, even though it says Barador. Okay, oh no, way too old. Clement would not be useful. Classics. That's the problem with Dutch and Belgian riders, is so many of them, that is their strong suit, is the classics. Now, here's a young sprinter. Well, really, both of these guys, but better acceleration here. Okay, we'll put him on the short list. And that's it for the Dutch. That's really about all there was. And the sad thing is I don't know these guys' potential. I think I'm going to need to manage that a little bit better next season to get those searches ongoing a little sooner, so we can get those results, because I just started that at the beginning of July with those Americans and didn't get them all done. I didn't have any Dutch or Belgian ones ready. Van Avermaet, his contract is up, at least at the moment. Okay, we've got to get down under 20,000. Here we are. Lambrecht. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Short list. Probably going to be too expensive, but We'll try Phillipson. Ooh, good sprinter. Definitely shortlist. Edward Toynes, a little bit older. Northern Classics, no. A lot of guys in their late 20s, early 30s here. Ooh, there's a solid sprinter. Okay, shortlist. Puncher. Yeah, we can take a look. Huh? Classics? No. Yeah. Okay. Shortlist. Okay, maybe one more. One to go. I've had Veldy before. He ended up being a pretty good sprinter for me and a cobble guy with a team in a past season. Climber. Sunweb. 25 already. We'll try. Okay. Alright, now my shortlist should be a little more populated and have that diversity I want. So, where to begin? Well, maybe I start with these top guys and see what, if anything, we can get. Probably really just one rider from there, and they're from one of those target countries. So that's kind of a key thing. Now, who do I start with, though? I don't know. Let's see. Climber. Maybe an all-around so I can win some stage races. So, Aaronsman. Aaronsman first, and then Paulus, and then Koos, and then Lambrecht and Phillipson. That's the order I will try. So we start with Thyman, Aaronsman. Let's contact. 18,000. Oh my goodness. It's a team that holds no interest for me. Spotlight the role. Yes, absolute leader. Okay. Let's try 3 years. And I can't afford 18,000. But I should be able to afford like 14. Yeah, 14. Let's try that. I don't think he's gonna take this. Not even close. Not even close. Okay, so he is probably out. Let's try just a couple thousand more, and that barely boosted it at all. Okay, so Aaronsman, not going to happen. Nielsen Pellis was next on the list. We do have potential, and there is definitely some potential here, so that's good. Much more affordable. Moderately attractive. Okay, I like that. Let's try to go for a long contract, 3 years. I'm even going to go with absolute leader, and we'll try to see if we can get him a little bit cheaper here, leaving me some money for the other 3 riders that we're looking to sign. I've got some room patience-wise, so way low. Okay, bringing that up to where they had it set before. Will that be a big jump? Not that big of a jump, and still only so on what we've got there. Let's see, what do I have left after this? I have enough left for 2,500 for each of the 3 guys that I sign. If I do so, maybe 3,000 for one of them if I go up another 1,000 a month. Let's try this. Last chance. Okay. No Nielsen Palace. Sepp Kuss probably is going to want even more. Good potential. Okay. Ouch, he already wants... It is an attractive team for him. Okay, that's good. You want absolute sprinter? No, no, no. Absolute leader. There we go. But we're going to have to bring that down some. Ooh, we are closer. Interest, length, roll, all good. Salary, not. We'll inch our way up one by one, see how high it gets. Nope. This is the last chance. I can't go any higher than that. Close. Not enough. Amazing that he was actually willing to take less. Lambrecht. Climber. Good climber. Not time trialist, though, but good climber. He's already being paid a lot, though, for Lotto Sudal. Oh my goodness, he wants a ton of money. And it's not an attractive team, so Lambrecht already out. I don't even have to try. That leaves with just Philipsen. And Philipsen is a sprinter, so we can't afford to pay him much. Not very attractive, and he wants a lot. So my top 5 selections are out. Can't break into that 74 range. Okay, so down to looking at the 73s here. We've got Eisenhart. Okay, well, they're all attractive nationally. We've got a sprinter, a puncher, and a stage racer in Eisenhart. So we start with Eisenhart, as that would have the most boost to the team. Not great potential, and he's not going to develop a lot more than he is. So I've got to be careful. I don't want to throw all in on him. But much more affordable. I could afford to get another decent rider. Let's bring that down some. Let's go ahead and give him a few years. I mean, he's young. He'll be okay for us, even if he loses it. That should boost us up. What? You know what? Let's do 2 years. Absolute leader. Okay. Interest, length, salary, all. So give him the 3 years. That should bring him up a bit. We'll inch our way up on the money. I really don't want to give this guy too much, as he's only a 73 and only district reputation. That's one of the big things. Right now, I am paying for that reputation quite a bit. Boy, that did not bring him up much at all. Up to here is not going to do it, which means I'm going to have to break to 9,300. That still didn't come up. I'm not going over 10,000 for this guy with low potential. Nope. So he's out. Okay, puncher, sprinter. I have sprinters. I have sprinters roughly at that level. But Dombrowski, what is your reputation? Local? Really? That's surprising. That's really surprising. Okay, so we move on here. You're also just local. That should keep you cheap. No! Come on! No. No. This is not going well. This is not going well. Okay, district, at least. Again, sprinter. I don't need a sprinter, meaning I can't I'm not paying that much for these guys. So we're already down into the 72s. Okay, Crass. Now, all of these guys are actually moderately attractive. The youngest one is Crass. So let's give him a shot. Okay, much more affordable. Moderately attractive. Absolute sprinter. What was your... No, you're a hills guy, not a sprinter. Leader, not absolute though. Spotlight the roll, that's preference, so that should be a good. Let's try to get you a bit cheaper though. Much cheaper. Sign you for 3 years, we'll take a risk. You're 23, you're going to develop, good or bad. And I'm desperate to get someone signed now. This is not going well. Really? Leader is not going that well for you? I boosted that much and he barely even blinked an eye. These guys aren't worth this much. Last chance. Dombrowski. You gonna be my guy? Are you gonna be my guy? Okay, attractive team. You're not a sprinter. Why do you guys want that? You're a leader. 3 years. I'm a fan. I'm gonna offer you that amount. Okay. This is as close as we've been. Now the salary is the only thing he's worried about, so we're gonna inch it up and see. Come on. Last chance. 9100. Come on, sign. Oh, so close. I mean, I saw the way it was inching up, and it looked like it was going to come up short, but I was hoping we'd get into the check mark, you know, happy amount. So, feeling like a bit of a failure. No, I haven't. Okay, 1 year. I like that. Let's try for 2 and see if that makes you happy. Low amount. Okay, we're finally somewhere. Spotlight a national feature. Nationality of the team and or writers. Oh, well, writers. Okay, yeah, that's hopefully attractive team for you. Not absolute leader, just leader. Let's try 4,000. Are we finally getting somewhere? Yes, we are. Okay. Just the salary, small bump. This should do it. Oh, my mouse is trying to die. Oh, come on, really? That close. Do I add in another year? Or give him the 5,000? It's like 99%. Hey, we've got 2 guys. 5,000 coming off the books. This is insane, though, how far we've dropped. Okay, that's another Belgian rider. So we're down to a Dutch, an American, and a wild card. And we're down to the 71s already. I've only got 2 Dutch riders left, 2 American riders left. Our potential returning guy and a couple unknowns with high potential. So that one of those would be the wild card guy, I would think. Okay, so my mouse is trying to die on me here. Oh, this is one of my batteries that don't come out easy. This might take me a second. Okay, so looking at what's left. For one thing, this is not adding to the progress of the team very much at all. And that is worrying because we need to make sure we actually get promoted for next season. Now, I'm getting rid of a few guys that aren't strong riders, mid 60s, and replacing them with guys that are low 70s, so that's hopefully enough, but we're not getting that one high-profile rider that we really need to get. There we go. Okay, so let's finish this off. Logan Owen, I think, is on the lower end of potential, but I haven't, I don't have anything on this guy. He is a sprinter. I do have Vilville, but again, he's low potential, and how does he compare? 72, 76 to 73, 75. So they're very similar. I'd almost be willing to give this guy a chance because A, he's Dutch, that boosts that profile. And what's this guy? Classics. That's not helpful. So we're going to try this guy because I do need one more Dutch rider. No contract for next year. And it looks like he's willing to sign on the cheap. You're not a leader, though. You're just a sprinter. Okay, that was nearly enough to sign. Going on the cheap here. And oh, come on. Let's make it 3 years. There we go. He signed. So 3,300 coming off. That's basically 14,000 left for 2 riders, which means I actually could sign more than 2 riders potentially. Or still get after someone good if I have enough money left that I haven't targeted yet. Okay, so looking at the potential for one American rider, I've really only got a couple choices left here. Swerble is this out-of-nowhere guy that could be something. And he's a decent climber. So without knowing what to expect, okay, yes, thank you. Attractive, on the cheap, a 70, we'll give him a shot. Spotlight financial aspect. Let's go with luxury teammate and see what we get here. Okay, nearly signed. It's just the salary. Let's go ahead and boost it to 3,000. That should do it. And it does. Okay, so down to 11K. I've met all my quotas. So I've got 11,000 left to get whatever I want. Now, I could try to sign both of these high potential guys and bring them in and boost the team that way and still have a little bit of money to spend, or I can go for a high profile guy. Maybe back up here going, okay, I have 11,000. Who are we still in negotiations with, and can we get anywhere near 11,000? Nope, these guys are all way too much or already burnt out. I know Palace was beyond that point. 73 sprinter, 11,000. But I don't know your potential. No, I do not. Now, I like what I see there. Well, let's see what do we have here. 11,000. Try to go to 3 years. Try to go to absolute leader. That's my final offer. That's it. Eisenhart, what was your... Already nothing. Pushed it too far. Dombrowski. So close. Alright, well, I've got a little bit of money to spend. It's going to have to roll over into that next episode. For now, let's try to finalize these guys. Wachtendorf, ready to sign? Confirm. Vervaeke, ready to sign? Confirm. Bax. Confirm. And Swerble. Confirm. And we take a look. I don't know if this is updated instantly. I think it is because we were listed as 36, now we're 34, which actually means I've only made a small gain. So I really do need to spend that last 11,000 on someone higher profile. Continental Pro cutoff, 45. Last season I ended up like 47. I just missed the Continental Pro cutoff. 34. I don't think that's enough. I really don't. Take a look at teams and current projections and where they're at. I think I need to get to 3 stars. It might be enough. Might. I would say 2.5 right now is the cutoff, but I don't think I'm there yet. I definitely need to spend that money, and I don't think I should spend it on 2 guys with high potential at the bottom and just boost the future of the team. I think I still need 1 higher potential guy. One higher potential guy. 1 higher profile guy. Now. Oi. Should be right there. Put me at the beginning. End of the list? No? Oh, why don't I see me anywhere? I'm hiding. I'm hiding. Well, here. Transfers. That'll work. Okay, so yeah, at this point we're bringing in a 72, a 71, and a 70. Which definitely does make the team a little bit stronger. But we're already there. I mean, we've already got Veldman, Marini as 72s. So, yes, the team continues to get a little bit better, but a little bit might not be enough. I was so close, and so I get that. So close last season. I was literally 1 rider away, and getting rid of guys that are 66s and replacing them with guys that are 71s and 72s really should help. But still, I don't think it's quite enough. So I'll keep on the search, and we'll see what we can do about getting 1 more quality rider, maybe a 73 signed to the team. In terms of salary, I've got a really good job of keeping the costs down. I mean, our most expensive guy is Vervaeke and incoming on 5,000K. So 11,000 is a good deal. I should be able to get a better rider. But anyway, I'm out of time for now. So team not quite done for next season. I know we've only gone through this one day on the calendar, but it was a very big day. And, oh, gosh, one of these guys, getting one of these guys would have been huge. But it was not to be. It was not to be. So, back to the drawing board on trying to get one more. But I did check off all of my boxes but one. I've got one more Belgian rider. I've got one more Dutch rider. I've got 4 American riders for next season with 3 from those other 2 nations. So I should be keeping the sponsor pleased in virtually every way. But I didn't get a high-profile guy. And that's that one box left to check. So those 2 high-potential guys, sure, that looks great. Sure, that'll help the team in the long term. Like Gouillard has been such an amazing advancement this season, going from a 66 to a 70 already. Sprint is an 80 already. He's not become that top sprinter yet, but he's on the verge. The thing I'm nervous about is his contract's going to be up next season. He's going to ask for a lot more money, especially if he is a 73 or 74 by the end of the season next year. But anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.